Vishnupurana. Grace on Kaliya, the Naga. One day, Balakrishna arrived on the banks of Yamuna, with their friends. Balarama was not with them on that day. The water of the river Yamuna was intoxicated by the poison of Kaliya, the Naga. It was exceptionally hot on that day, and all the cowherds and cattle were very thirsty. So without giving any thought, they all drank the water from Yamuna and died. But Lord Krishna resurrected them by his ambrosial sight. Then Lord Krishna decided to purify the waters of Yamuna. Thus tying a cloth around his waist, Krishna climbed a kadamba tree, and jumped into the river. In the water the Lord started playing and splashing water. Soon the waves began to rise high. Then Kaliya, the Naga, heard the noise. He got extremely angry, and appeared before Krishna. He saw a beautiful, tender, dark-complexioned boy playing joyfully in the waters. He stung him, and tied him in his spirals. Tied in the spirals of Kaliya, Lord became absolutely motionless. Seeing Krishna in death-like situation, all the cowherds, and even the cows, felt very sorry. Just then Lord freed himself from the hold of Kaliya. Then a game of hide-and-seeks began between them. Lord dodged the Naga for a long time. Thereafter he rode on Kaliya's hood, and began to dance there. The followers of God, like Gandharvas etc., began to play mridang, etc., to give him company. Tired from the blows of Lord's feet, Kaliya soon began to vomit blood. Naga's wives began to pray God, "O Lord, your incarnation is to punish the evil ones for their sins. You have shown your grace on us also. We are fortunate to have a sight and touch of your feet. Pity, O Lord. This Naga can no longer bear your momentum. He will die. We are all your slaves. Kaliya is our Lord. Kindly forgive him." With kindness, Lord released Kaliya, who prayed thus, "O Lord, in your creation we snakes represent tamoguna, dark virtues. We are confused by your illusions. Lord dictated Kaliya to migrate, with his family to Ramanagdweep. Since then water of Yamuna became pure for humans and animals. Drinking of Davanal, forest fire." After defeating Kaliya, Lord Krishna and all other people of Vraj felt extremely tired. They were very hungry and thirsty also. So they did not go back to Vrindavan, but stayed on the bank of Yamuna, in the night. Because of intense heat of summer, surrounding forests had been shriveled. At midnight those shriveled forests caught fire and the sleeping people were engulfed by it. They had awakened, startled, and took shelter at Krishna. Seeing their horrified appearance, Lord Krishna drank the infernal forest fire, and thus saved the lives of innocent people, who had rested their lives at him with faith. Salvation of Pralambasur. One day, Balarama and Krishna were playfully grazing their cattle along with other cowherds, in the forests. When a demon Pralam arrived there, with an intention of kidnapping Krishna and Balarama. The demon had come in the guise of a cowherd, but the god easily recognized him. They accepted his proposal of friendship, but were thinking about the way for his salvation. God thereafter summoned all his friends and said, "Pals, today we shall divide ourselves into 2 teams and play joyfully." Thus the teams were divided, and each team chose Krishna and Balarama as their captain respectively. It was stipulated that the members of defeated team would carry the members of winner team on their back, up to the place pointed by them. Thus the game began and soon both the teams reached a secluded place. At one time, the team headed by Balarama won. So the members of Krishna's team were to carry them on their back. Demon Pralambasur offered Balarama a ride on his back. Balarama agreed to ride on the demon's back, but as soon as he rode on the demon's back, the demon galloped. But he could not go far for not being able to bear Balarama's weight. Then the demon regained his huge formidable size, and tried to escape by flying. First Balarama felt terrorized, but soon he realized his real powers and hit on the demon's head with his powerful fist. The blow shattered demon's head, and he fell on earth dead, like a huge mountain. Parashar said, most of the time of Lord Krishna's boyhood passed in Vrindavana. There he grazed cattle, and played flute. His flute had a divine, enchanting sound. The gopis used to gather around him, drawn by the enchanting tunes. They also heard the enchanting Venerjit that fills one's heart with the memory of Bhagavat. One of the girls said to her friend, "Oh dear friend, having the privilege of seeing Lord's beauty, and receiving his kindness, is the real salvation." Another girl said, "Oh friend, what penance this flute had observed, that it has got a closer contact with lips of Nandan, an epithet for Krishna. Even the siblings of this flute, trees and other vegetations are pleased with its fortune, and are hence showering their leaves and flowers on him." Another said, "Oh friend, look, even Bhagavati Lakshmi has left her luxurious abode in Vaikunth, and arrived in Vrindavana to have a look of Lord Devakinandan." A gopi expressed her jealousy, "Even this doe is better than us, O friends, look how engrossed is she looking at God that her eyes are not blinking." Hearing the sweet enchanting tunes of flute, even the heavenly elves gather in the sky, over Vrindavana. They also saw the beauty of Lord Krishna, and showered the flowers of their braids on him. Even the cows forgot grazing, when then heard the enchanting music of flute. The calves too forgot drinking milk, and began to look at Lord Krishna with joy. This is the real devotion for Lord Krishna. You have to forget yourself in order to find him. Condition of girls of Vrindavana was exactly the same. After having the sight of Lord Krishna they remembered nothing, not even the way back to home. They stood in the forests in a trance, completely tired, unaware of their self. A girl said, pointing to the fauna, "Look, O friends, look at these birds. Do you know that these birds were the saints and sages in their previous births? In this birth also, they are sitting in a state of trance. Look, they have forgotten their knowledge, hearing the sweet enchanting music of the flute. And look at Yamuna. She is also unable to contain her exhilaration. She is eagerly splashing her waves, to wash Lord's feet." Yet another girl said, "Look friends, the clouds cannot see their Lord scorching in the sun. So they have covered the sun and shaded Lord Krishna. Now they are drizzling, as if showering petals." A girl said, "Friends, look, these Bilanis are better than us. They have such a strong urge of Krishna's sight, that when Govind returns home, they smear their body with dust of his feet. Blessed is this mountain, which has dedicated its entire self in the feet of Brajnandan and feels overjoyed. It is his supreme devotee. Kanhaiya has infused even non-living things with life by his sweet tunes of flute." Stealing of clothes. The unmarried girls of Vrindavana felt as if their lives were dedicated to Lord Krishna. Each of them wished heartily to have Lord Krishna as her husband. So in order to get their desire fulfilled, all of the spinster girls of Vraj began to take bath in Yamuna early in morning of Hemant season and worshipped goddess Katyayani. When Madan Mohan learned that the unmarried girls wished to marry him, he went to see them at dawn. The girls were bathing naked in the river, their clothes were kept on the bank. Lord Krishna stealthily took those clothes, and climbed on a kadamba tree. Lord had not stolen their clothes with malicious intentions. He had stolen them to remove their flaws, and make them realize their real appearance, that they were not mere girls, but pure souls. Without realization of the real self, one cannot experience the God. The girls were, in fact, the hymns of Vedas, sadhana, siddhis, sages and Brahmavidyas, Vedas, themselves that took the guise of girls to enjoy the vicinity of God. God removed their clothes, that symbolized lust. Because of the Lord's grace, they all were able to enjoy God's company. Parashar said, O Maitreya, thus Lord Krishna removed the shyness of the girls of Vraj, through his sweet talks. He derided at them, made them dance, like puppets, and even stole their clothes, when they were bathing naked, but they did not deter his actions. Instead they felt overjoyed by the close presence of their beloved Kanna. Lifting of Govardhan. Parashar said, one day, Balarama and Krishna saw that many delicious kind of sweetmeats were being cooked at home. With curiosity and politeness, they asked Nand and other elders, Father, which festival are you preparing for? Which god will be worshipped? What purpose will such worship serve? Nand Babu explained, Sons Devaraj Indra is the god of clouds. It is because of Indra's grace that we get rain. So these materials are being prepared to worship Indra. Krishna said, Father, every creature in the world enjoys comforts or suffers as per his fate. None of the gods can change the results. Action is primary in the world. One gets the results as per his actions. Even Indra is God as a result of his action. Anyone who performs 100 Ashvamedh yajas becomes Indra. But even after performing crores of Ashvamedh yajas, one cannot stay in Viraj. It is the duty of Indra to cause rain. So it will rain, even if you don't worship Indra. But to feed the poor and satisfy them with clothes and other gifts is real worship. By their blessing, we shall be happier. I desire that with all these materials, we should worship Giriraj Govardhan and distribute the prasad among the poor, with which their souls will be sated and will have the grace of God. Thus Lord Krishna told his father, that all the people should worship unitedly and unitedly they should receive prasad. If you are ready to do as per my desire, it's all right, otherwise I will not worship your haughty God, nor receive his prasad. Worship of Govardhan and indignation of Indra. Thus convinced by Kanhaya's wise reasoning, all the Gopas agreed to him. Nand Baba said, O Krishna, we are making all these preparation for you only, and we will do as you say. We will worship Govardhan. For us Govardhan is also like a god. It gives us grass, water, and fuel etc., which are necessary for our lives. Thus with Lord's consent, they dropped their plan to worship Indra, and resolved to worship Govardhan faithfully. On the Purnima, full moon, day, in the month of Kartik, November, all the Gopas, people of Vraj region, gathered near Mount Govardhan. During the night all of them circumambulated the mountain. Lord invoked the Ganges by his wish and bathed Govardhan with her water. Then they put vermilion on it, offered basil leaves, flowers etc., and worshipped it. Brahmins recited hymns in its praise. To make the people believe in their rituals, Lord Krishna himself appeared on the mountain in huge form and exclaimed, I am Giriraj, the king of the mountain, and began to eat the offerings. But as a child, he was still among the villagers, who faithfully bowed before the mountain. Among them, the child Krishna said, Look, what a surprise, Giriraj has appeared himself, and bestowed his grace on us. He has accepted our worship. Thereafter all the Gopas distributed prasad among themselves and felt supremely satisfied. When Indra learned that the Gopas had stopped worshipping him, he grew outrageous. In anger, he ordered the clouds to rain torrentially over Vraj, and cause heavy flood in Vraj region. In no time dense clouds gathered over Vraj. Soon there was lightning, thunder, darkness and storm all around. Then it began to rain torrentially. All the people took refuge at Lord Krishna, and prayed him to save them from the anger of Indra. Lord Krishna said, Those who regard me as their, are mine and I am theirs, so there is no need to worry." Saying this, Lord lifted Giriraj on his little finger, and called all the people of Viraj along with their cattle under Govardhan. Then he ordered his wheel Sudarshan to absorb the water of the clouds so that not even a single drop could fall on earth. Thus for 7 days continuously Lord balanced Govardhan on the little finger. Thus Lord Krishna also came to be known as Giridhari. People who had gathered around him just kept on seeing Lord's moon-like face and hence did not feel thirsty or hungry. In fact, the comforts those people got during those 7 days are beyond verbal description. Lord held Govardhan on one hand, and conch in the other, while with the remaining 2 hands, he began to play this flute. Hearing the tunes of his flute, all the people of Viraj began to dance with joy. After the rains stopped, all of them returned to their homes. When Indra learned about the happenings in Viraj, he soon realized his mistake. Indra himself reached Viraj and begged Lord for his pardon. Then he gave Lord a ceremonial bath with the milk of Surabi. For protecting the cows, the Lord also got one more name, Govind.